Welcome to the overview of the contact management provided in the Dodge ITB product. When you log into the Dodge ITB system, you will see a number of tabs across the top of the first page displayed. Click on the Contacts tab to manage the list of contacts within your Dodge ITB system. The Contacts tab screen is divided into two sections. The first is a list of address books, and the second displays the contents of the selected address book. The system allows a user to define a number of address books that can be used to organize their contacts. When installed, the system has a single address book that contains all contacts. This address book is named All Contacts. However, users can create additional address books and assign contacts to each of the address books. Contacts can be included in multiple address books simply by dragging and dropping the contacts from one address book into another. During the remainder of this video, we are going to show you the various ways to import contacts and to organize them into address books. The system displays three buttons on each screen that can be used to perform most actions. The two most common actions will be displayed in the first two buttons, and the other button will have all other actions that can be performed. In addition to these buttons, the user can right-click on the screen and get a list of the same functions that are available using the buttons. Sometimes it is faster to right-click, and other times it's faster to use the buttons. The user can use whichever method they find most convenient. The first way to create a new contact is to click on the Add Contact button. The system requires that you enter the email first so that it can check to see if the contact has been previously entered into the global directory. If the user information has been previously entered into the global directory, the form will automatically be filled in with the previously entered information. If the contact is a new contact that does not exist in the global directory, the user must enter all of the contact information. An email address is required, and you cannot enter two contacts using the same email address. The first, last, and organization name fields are also required. Although the address and phone number information is optional, we strongly recommend you enter as much information as possible. The second method to add contacts to your system is to search the global directory. When the global directory search screen is displayed, you can enter search criteria to locate appropriate contacts. On the left side of the screen is a list of the fields that can be entered to refine your search results. If you enter two values, the contacts must match both values in order to appear in the list. The system also provides wildcard searching. This is helpful when searching for company names. For example, if we were looking for a company called Flagpoles and Flag Company, we could search for the term flagpole and we would get a number of results, but not the one we were looking for. So we can broaden our search by adding a % before and after the term that we would like to search. Now we can find a much larger number of contacts, and sure enough, the one for which we were searching. Frequently, users want to locate a company that can perform a certain type of work in a certain location. The system allows you to specify a number of different construction codes as a filter. Here you can see we are searching for concrete companies. Notice that it returned a very large number of companies for all over the country. In order to further refine our search, we're going to pick the service area where we want to locate the companies. A service area is a metropolitan area. It allows you to search around a major city without having to specify the names of the different cities in that area or a large number of zip codes. As you can see, we are interested in finding contractors in the greater Cincinnati area, which also includes Kentucky and parts of Indiana. Users can perform multiple searches and select the contacts before adding them to the address book. The system allows you to use the Control key or the Shift key to select individual contacts or selections. You can press the Add buttons, select some more contacts, press the Add button again before finally adding all selected contacts to your address book. The final method of adding a contact is to import a file of contacts that has been exported from Microsoft Outlook, Gmail, or some other contact management system. The system allows the user to select a contact file and with a few clicks add all of the contacts into a selected address book. The first step is to select the All Contacts address book and then initiate the import process by selecting the Import Contacts action from the right click or from the Other button. Press the Browse button to select the file that will contain the contacts from your computer hard drive. The next screen displays a list of the information fields in the contact file. In most cases, you will not need to make any changes on this screen. The next page will display a list of all of the contacts contained in the file and the information that will be imported for each contact. Review the information to make sure that all of the information is mapped to the correct columns. The roll screen is not used, so pressing the next button will start the import process. When the import is completed, the system will display a summary of the contacts that have been imported. If there are any errors, you can click on the View Error File link to see a list of all the contacts that contain errors and the reasons for that error. After completing the contact import, the address book should contain all of your contacts. You can now begin to organize the contacts into address books by simply selecting one or more of the contacts and then dragging them to the appropriate address book. In the next section of this training, we will show you how to organize contacts using address books.